Alright guys, good day. 100 pip trade jockey back here. Alright, so this is my literal second trade on this live account. We're pretty much waiting on a breakout from this channel here. So we're waiting on a breakout from this channel here, and wow. So right, so the market was pretty much going up across. It's consolidating, waiting on a breakout from the channel here. As you can see, the points of resistance that tested both points, went up, came down. And so we're pretty much hoping that it's going to be breaking out through this point of resistance right here, right? And we're looking for minimum, like minimum 100 pips. Let us check. Alright, so from when you look at the daily time frame, you see that the index in terms of trend, the signal is saying that the trend probability is very low. So it's probably, we're looking at in and out, getting in and getting out, unless we see this trend line start to go up on the index, right? So it's probably in and out. All right. Minimum we're looking at here. We're looking at the breakout from this point line of resistance right here. Make sure it's coming down. So we're looking at about minimum $200. That's what we're aiming for. Alright, based on this other line where you're seeing that's the next point it should go. Alright, it's very risky trading the news, but with great risk comes great reward. Okay? Obviously the news trading is very volatile, right? So trust me, I was sweating here. My stop loss is very high because of the the movement in how the market is moving, because it's the news, right? So it's not drip, drip is flashing, right? So initially I sold right here, stopped me out when it came back up here, waited a little bit, it flashed up and flashed down, right? Waited a little bit, bought here, tested this point of resistance, came back up, right? So I'm looking for it to test it, but I'm really looking for a breakthrough. That's really what I'm looking for a breakthrough. Again, we have to be conscious of, because what I've noticed here, once the daily is showing that the probability for a trend is low, then it's really in and out, in and out. So it's a little bit dicey right here. I don't know if I should just take this profit or wait a little bit, because it's really just touching. So the trend probability for a trend is not high here either, right? The ADX is not giving you a high readout right here either. So it's telling you that look at it a little bit. um, I should just take what I'm getting and run, but let me see, because it's not going down. Right? It's not going down at all. So I really have to make a decision because it hasn't broken through. We're not getting a response right here in terms of the ADX. Right, so I don't know if this is all the movement I'm getting now, and then later on you might have some proper movement. Right? Look at it again. It's testing there. Give it a little go first. It's testing, so let's watch it. See if because if you can get the breakthrough, then we're looking at least based on the calculation, that's at least $200 right there. Let us see if it can just go through. Come on, guys. Oh boy. So I mean, why the possibility for it to go through? All right, it's going. Is that right, so we had some sort of consolidation right here coming up. Not a big thing, but what I'm looking at, a lot of this movement here, you know, was the same amount of time. So you know, the only thing is that, you know, if all this consolidation and then this is the breakthrough, then that's good. We're definitely going here and possibly further. But if not, if it's just continuing this channel, it's just going to bounce. And right, so it's testing. So let us watch it a little bit and see if we can get a breakthrough. If not, if we're not getting that breakthrough, we'll just have to cut and run. Right? So if you're not keep testing and you're not getting that breakthrough, it's not going through. Right? It's just gonna continue the channel, and maybe you might have some sort of breakthrough either later today, or it will move into next week. Right? So we just have to be, you know, take what we can get and run. But we're hoping it's testing. So came right here. Initially it came here, came back up, came back up. You know, so it's but if it breaks, we're good to go. Alright. It's really a touchy situation because this market moves so fast. Boy. You know, you kinda have to have some confidence. But if it breaks through, you know, you're gonna make some money. Otherwise, can't go against me, and that's a loss right there. So just hold a little bit, hold. Market is funny. Generally, sometimes, you know, when it's moving, it moves, but it's really hesitating. So that is why. But then sometimes you act too early, give up your position, and it actually goes in that direction, in that you are analyze it to go. So that is the thing. But it's really this line of resistance that we had. It's really just touch and going. You know? So alright, so it's touching again, trying. Alright, so let us see if we have a continuation. Come on, guys, come on. Because if it has a continue, then it's gonna run. Come on, guys. I mean, I'm trying to will this thing. But there's there's nothing that I can do about it. Seems to be going now. Let us hold a little bit. Hold your powder. Hold. Hold. Alright, so let us check this out to see what exactly is happening. Again, got the 1 hour because I have to remember trading the 1 hour. Alright, so here, alright, so it broke through that, so let us just look at something else here, right? Alright, let's look at to see what is happening here. Alright, so we have another section, so it's really touchy-feely, because it went here pretty much. This is where it went, right? So if we can break through there, then we're looking at it coming through here, right? And so it looks like it's going through there. Next point is here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we have some movement. Alright, so let us just, where are we now? 1 hour. Alright, so this is, so let me take out this line here that alright, so let me take out this line here. Alright, pull out. Let us look at the 4 hours. So let's say what we're really aiming for is, I'd say minimum 150 pips. So from movement, because we're looking for it to hit here. This is the line that we're looking for it to hit, right? And so we're talking about, yeah man, minimum $150, right? Alright, let us look at this thing. So alright, so let us look where it is here. Alright, so pretty much, alright, so it's some here. So alright, so when we look at the this is the 4 hour time frame. Alright, so we see it's a bearish, it was always a bearish movement still. Alright, so it's still a bearish movement right here. Alright, so that was something to be kept into consideration. So we're at least looking for to make $150 to $200, right? Let us see if we can get to that target. Alright, now so it's moving. Now, the thing that be careful about is the stop loss, right? You don't want to have a situation where you move from profit to loss, right? The market can flash. So really, what I've noticed here, even if I move stop loss here, then I should do that, so you're not in a potentially worse off position. Right. So let's just get that there. Okay, so we have some movement now. Let us just have the confidence to hold a little bit, because the thing is really how to make money is to let your profitable trades run, right? And limit the losses, right? So let us see if we're looking to reach our target. Alright. And the target would be about $200 based on our calculation, the least about $200. Bearing in mind, alright, so we start with $250. Lot size that we're using is 0.1, meaning for every 100 pip I would make $10, right? My calculation is correct. Now what that means, for example, look at this movement, this little movement, that would be 325 pips. Right? So let us look at the movement that we have so far. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna look at the movement just about that. Alright. That movement, we're looking here. That's seeing what? About 135, right? So it's right, 129, 130, right? So it's actually 1,300 whatever, right? So for every 100 pips I'm making $10, right? So I mean, based on the demo and how we based on what we knew we were going to start with, then this is what we knew we had to work with in terms of the spot board. Without you know, you can get some traction, some type of movement with your balance, and you know, you're not doing anything too outrageous in terms of too much risk, right? So it's something that we actually practiced in the demo account, so we're comfortable. And what we did, if you know, checked all the videos before, what we did in the demo account is that, bring down the stop loss, to make this thing as realistic as possible, right? What we did is that normally you get like a $50,000 or $100,000 balance to start with in the demo account. So what we did, we brought that balance right down to $300, $250, $198 or whatever. We brought it down so that I tried to recreate the conditions which I know I would be starting in terms of create the amount of money, close to the amount of money I know that I would be starting with, so that you're comfortable in terms of with the risk and the lot size, and you know, you really can get comfortable with how you're setting up your stuff, right? So that is what we did. So you know, you don't want to, you know, your demo, you know, you're comfortable doing certain things with your demo, and when you're not starting with $50,000, so when you're starting with a certain amount of money, you're not scaling down your risk and your lot size and everything to reflect the amount of money you start with, then you're cooked, right? So knowing that, we tried to create the conditions that similar conditions to which, I mean, you can't do everything, but we tried to create as close a condition as we could, right? All right, so far, let me see what's happening here. All right, so so you see, you know, it's a little bit more clearer now, but this is the sign of a breakout coming. I mean, it wasn't like this, but you could see based on the structure of the market, right? And but when the candles are tightly packed together, ADX is highly intertwined, might be on zero, then you definitely know that you're having a breakout, right? Alright, so let me see what is happening here. Let's bring it out to see what is happening. Because if you pay attention, that's one of the things we look. Daily trend indicator for the ADX, so it's an in and out market, right? So we can't sit down and pretty much, as we would say in Jamaica, spread our bed. It's really an in and out. All right, so we notice it's right here. All right, so it's another line of which is pretty much touching this. All right. We were looking for it to possibly come down here, but again, it's for the 4 hour, you know, seeing is general, but we're looking for it to come down here, but you know, it's respecting right here, it's line of resistance right now. Again, our hourly time frames that we trade, or trend indicator right here, not seeing high trend, something that we can sit down and meaning a big movement, we can just sit down and leave it. And so really have to consider grabbing and going, right? Alright, so currently market it's respecting this point of resistance right here. Just show here. It's really respecting this point of resistance at this time. Alright, so it came right back up on me. Alright, so we have to look to see, you have to realize, I say it's in and out, this hasn't gone up. You know the market moves in waves. Let us see. Because we have had this movement here. Let's see if it's going to come back and go down. Just wait a little bit. Can't be too quick. You have to let the winners roll and stop the losers fast. Alright, so that is pretty similar movement up here. Getting close to my stop loss. Alright, so let us see if it's gonna go back down and gonna continue. But I pretty much think I might cut out pretty quickly. Right. So let us see if it's gonna retrace and continue in that position again. Okay, but what we have to keep in mind, the trend indicator here is not there. Alright, so it's telling you it's pretty much an in and out thing. Alright, so let us see if we're getting any more movement going down. If we're not getting any movement, trust me, we want to come out of this. Okay. Alright, so let us go down. Time frame 1 minute. So what's happening here? Wait a little bit, let me wait a little bit to see. Let me have a little patience. Excuse me. Alright, so why this is the thing about live trading. Well, this is it. This is trading as it is. I mean, the market goes in waves, so you have to appreciate that as well. But the other thing I generally know, when it's going down, it's down, but sometimes it has a certain pattern as well, right? And you have to appreciate the fact that it did break. It did break here, so you know, but it is what it is. Alright, so this thing is not, oh my, it's not coming down at all. It has actually changed right here. Let me pick this up. And so I think I'm gonna be getting out, right? My 5 is still down there. Still has the potential to go back down. This is my 5 minute. But let me see here. We were as much as $127, and now it's all the way back up to 50. But it's going to be an in and out. So if it goes back down again, you know, I think I'll just take what I get from it. If not, we're just going to cut and run, because it seems to be, I mean, it's going up. And goes down. And just boom, really sloppy movement. Alright. But if it goes down again, I think I'm just gonna take it, because it's as it is. If it goes down, not to just looking to just cut it right here. Because as I said before, I appreciate the indicators are, it's really saying in and out, get what you get and come out of it. Right? Let me see if it comes down a little bit, and then it's not coming down at all. I think we have to come out of this thing. It's not coming down. We can't. $100, 120. So you have to kind of pay attention to these little things, though. It's going down, but it's definitely not going down. So even in the, this is my 5 minute. What's my stop loss here? Alright, so I'm gonna take this on. Let me see if the holes, I mean, it's so near already. Oh boy, this is so anticlimactic. Oh my. I go down and make me some money, man. Come on, man. I'm supposed to be moving away. What happened? Come on, go back down, man. Sheesh. Alright, this thing not going down. I mean, it's saying that it's going up, it's not going down. Alright, so cut it. It's not going down. Alright. If it's going down, it would have been going down. It's not going down. So I'm gonna cut. Alright, so so really, alright, so guys, what did we learn from it? Because really we should have been $120. Right? So you have to pay close attention. Alright, so my fault, because we, as I said before, I knew that the based on the daily, it's in and out, right? Basically it's not, right? So whatever you get and you cut and run, right? So after this initial movement, you know, least you should have done, bought up your stop loss if you're not sure, because it's going down, and then to protect yourself some more, right? It is what it is. So that's my fault. That's $120. $100 are left on the table right there. Alright, but hey, we learned something new. You know, follow the indicators. You have to juggle a lot of stuff. Alright guys, we'll close for today, well, for now, and we'll come back later. Thanks a lot. Remember to subscribe and definitely turn on your notifications.